Hello, hi. So this is actually a continuing video and this is part two. Okay, in part one we saw CA and CMA in detail. On this part two video, we are going to see CAs and ACCA. So let me scroll down. So CS, Company Secretary. So let's take a closer look. So Company Secretary is responsible to follow Parliament's company law and implement it in a given company or organization. It is a legal requirement of every business to have a position filled. Now, CS or the company secretary has the responsibility to assist the company in strategic management and also to formulate organizational structure. They are also in charge of corporate communication and public relations. They get involved in manpower planning and development, and they do communicate with shareholders, stakeholders, government, and other regulators. Plus, they organize the work of board of directors, corporate governance, and organizational knowledge. They should have in-depth knowledge of the organization so that they could assist the management. So company secretary to me is more like a manager kind of role who knows company law and who assists the management and board of directors. And plus they communicate to all the regulators, including shareholders. So this is a assured job. There won't be a single company secretary having no job. Okay. So if you see the statistics, there are 12 lakh registered companies in the country, whereas ICSI has only 70,000 what do you call CS professionals. At this time, 5 lakh students are enrolled, and passing rate is unfortunately lower than CA and CMA. And of course, once you pass, job is assured, salary is very good. Now let's go back to additional details here. What are the steps required to finish company secretary course? Now make a note, this is the official website for the organization of the Association of Company Secretaries Professionals. Now the cost for completion of the course is 60,000. Difficulty, yes, it is difficult, just like CA. Steps: finish your 10 plus 2, except fine arts stream, everyone else is okay. And then the first thing is there's entrance exam called foundation program. Well, if you are a graduate, then you can skip it. Otherwise, you have to write it. Then your first program or course is executive program, and after that you move on to professional programs. Okay. Now, once you completed the CS course, you will be joining as company secretary in corporations and MNCs. Okay. Also in government public sector companies, mostly large companies, I would say, medium to large. I don't know small business needs it, and there is no. I don't think so. The passing out percentage I already mentioned, it's lesser than CA, CMA. Well, here's the important thing: company secretary has nothing to do with the accounting. Okay, it is not an accounting job. Like I mentioned, this is a legal requirement. Okay, this post. This part we already discussed is, and this CS professional don't have to get involved in tax return, record keeping, license register, hold on. CA actually, let me correct it. The CS, company secretary, have to has the responsibility to make sure the tax return is filed. Then record keeping is their job. License registration is their job. Key job. Now, when it comes to employers, financial firms, government, private, large companies. Okay, all the businesses. Like other courses like CA, CMA, and all that thing. CS also, yeah, we need to have a parallel graduation course going on along with CS. Okay, this is your life. This is your lifeline. So in case you have to drop CS, you will continue with your BCom or BBA. Okay. Let's take a look at the exam. Let me show you something here. So this is ICSI websites. They're giving very detailed information um, about the topics. Let me show you something here. Subjects. Yeah, this is foundation program. You got four of these subjects you have to focus and study. Then this is executive program. There are two modules or two groups, four papers each. And okay, now after that you move on to professional program. Now this is an old one. Let's go to the updated one. Professional program updated as on September 2018, where you have 8 subjects, 3 modules, and you have to select one elective. Okay. Okay. So that's about the core programs and modules and subjects in each. So you can pause the video at appropriate screen and take a look in detail. Now coming back to the um, yes, this we already saw, isn't it? Yeah, this is nothing but what we seen just now. But if you want to have it one better look, better view actually, better format. This is what it is. Executive program, 2 modules, professional program, 3 modules, and these many subjects. 3 plus 3, 6 plus, well, there is a lot of books or subjects to learn here. It's not, it's like CA only, I guess, when it comes to preparation and strategy and all that things. Now, let me show you something else here. Well, this is I just want to show you. This is for the professional. Uh, these are the textbooks for the professional. Likewise, you will have a similar set for executive also. Okay, but as long as you like the subject and you have the taste for knowledge, and this is actually not a big deal. Okay, that's about the textbooks and exam subjects. Now let's move on to the next one, which is ACCA. Now ACCA, this is a London-based association of chartered certified accountants. It's a global body. Now they got 230,000 members, and they are recognized 150 plus nations. Now, what is actually ACCA? ACCA is nothing but a CA profession itself. They do what CA is doing, but the only difference is ACCA is recognized in 150 plus nations, not just in India, where like the CA is just recognized in India. Now, ACCA's typical duties are similar to a CA professional, all these things. Okay. Now, what it takes to become a ACCA? ACCA is tough and challenging, just like CA, and that's why it's very prestigious course, and employers do recognize it, and they need you, and they pay you well. Of course, commitment and seriousness required. Now let's take a look at the eligibility. Eligibility is merit based. That means you do the 10 plus 2 in commerce, I guess. Especially maths and accounts are required. English is also required. Age should be 18 years. Out of all these subjects in your 10 plus 2, at least two subjects should have 65% mark. Rest of them 50% is also fine. Now let's take a, once you are eligible, then you dive into the courses. 13 exams are there. The first one is applied knowledge, and the second one is applied skills. Third one is strategy, professional exam. Now, out of these 13 exams, right, you can apply for exceptions. Like if you are a CA person and you want to do ACCA, then you don't have to write all 13 exams. You just have to do this strategy profession. You can skip the first two. Likewise, if you have a graduation, you can skip also. And if you have a master's, you can skip also. Okay. Now, once you're done with all these, then you have to do a ethics and professional skills module, and also you have to do a 3 years work experience thing. It's a requirement. After all that, you will apply for ACCA membership. Okay, so you finish the courses, then do additional one this, then work experience, and finally apply for this. And then they will allow you to use this in your letter pad or in your, I mean, like if your name is James Thomas, you can add ACCA at the end. Okay. Okay. Now, ACCA professional course is considered as master's degree by UGC. Okay. Now, what about how long this will go? ACCA can take 3 to 4 years, provided you must do this. What? Parallel efforts. Get going with your professional experience along with the ACCA exams. So you will save time there. What that means is you have to get an internship in a business enterprises or corporations or things like that, where you accumulate work experience while you study. Then at least finish one course per year. Okay, course meaning you finish one course, either the diploma one or whatever these three courses. You finish one in a given year. If you go like that, you can finish it in 3 to 4 years. ACCA allows, I mean, the organization gives you 10 years to finish the whole thing. Okay, the fees comes around 2 lakh plus. Now let's take a look at some additional information here about ACCA. Now, typically you go for ACCA because you will be traveling and you want jobs. Meaning you may work in Middle East, Europe, USA, etc. If that is the case, you will do ACCA. That's CA. For India, CA is enough. Though ACCA is also accepted in India. Okay. So if you have an ambition that you will start working in CA in India first and later you've got plans to travel, then you do ACCA. Okay. You can do ACCA after CA also. Okay. In that case, all these 9 exams you don't have to do. Just do the last course, professional course. Employers, you will be employed by everyone just like CA. All the financial institution, business. You can be a what do you call independent freelance. You can work from home. All that is there. Pass out percentage is less than CA. Cost you already mentioned 2 lakh plus. Now the flexibilities with the ACCA exams. This is a cool thing that you can do the exams on demand. Okay, you can request for it and you can write whenever you're ready. You have more chances per year to write the exam, and you don't have to do it in a group of papers. You can do it in a single paper also. Plus, you don't. Plus, say you failed one paper, you don't have to do the entire group. Just you do the failed paper. These are nice things. Now, ACCA course, as we already discussed, they got three major exams. applied knowledge, which once you finish, they'll award you diploma certificate. Okay. Then if you finish applied skills course, you get advanced diploma certificate. Likewise, when you finish the last one, strategic professional, you get strategic professional certificate. Okay. Now let's take a look at the test books. Let me see. Let me see. Um, yes. You see this. These are the test books for applied knowledge, and these are for the applied skills, and this is for the strategic professional, where 2 plus 1 optional. Okay. Now you do all these things, plus you have to have 3 years experience, and you do this ethics course. Put together 1, 2, 3, you become ACCA. Now this one you have to do where if you are 10 plus 2. If you are already a diploma in ACCA got a ACC diploma kind of course, or it's equivalent, then you can skip this and go straight to advanced diploma. If you are already a fully accredited degree holder, then you can skip these two and then go straight to this one. Well, when you see fully accredited degree, this is 4 years course, and you have to read the book. What do you call that book? Handbook. They will clearly say what that means. So once you, if you can meet the requirement, you can skip 1 and 2 and go to 3 straight. I see another interesting thing here, optional for MSc. So what this means is, if you are a MSc commerce kind of thing, then you can skip all these and straight go for experience and ethics, and you become ACCA. That's interesting. Okay, now let's go back to what you call. Let's go back to the now ACCA title requirement. Like we saw, you have to finish all these 3 major exams, 13 papers, and then you do the experience 3 years, and then ethics course, which you have to do every year as a continuing education requirement, and apply for membership. This is clear now. Now, like any other course, you have to do a BCom or BBA along with it, privately registered. This is your fallback degree, fallback lifeline. Okay, in case you have to draw a CCA for some reason, you got this going, which is good. Now we are moving on to career and salary. CA, Chartered Accountant. I want you to pause the video and go through this. It got listed with all the industries, different type of titles, public sector, private sector, everything is there. And these are salaries that you can, annual salaries once you're an experienced professional. And the interesting thing is you can be a CFO in a large company. Okay, so this is pretty good. Now, if you're a CMA, this is what it is: different levels of responsibilities, designations, and these are your salary examples. Now coming to company secretary, you can be a company secretary, principal secretary, legal advisor, all that thing. And if you are in ACCA India, you are like a CA only, but I don't know why the salaries are less. Maybe you get lesser chances, I guess, than a CA, whatever. But ACCA is just like a CA. Okay. So with that, we are done. So we saw CA, CMA, CS, and ACCA in video 1 and video 2. Now this is a disclaimer. I encourage you to read this. Not encourage, please read this. And on a final note, I hope my sincere effort was some help to you. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best in your career journey. Bye for now. You please take care.